Beast, official webcaster of non-stop creation. Ni hao, konnichiwa, hello and namaste. This is your favorite host and host Beest, once again from the top of the world, and in this 10th episode of Crypto Awareness, I am going to explore some of the underlying gold nuggets that is sure to explode post 2020. And as you can see, one bright idea propels another more brighter idea in another genius head. So that's exactly the case with the Polkadot. You see, in 2014, when Vitalik Buterin showed up the world about the API executable programmable blockchain in 2014, then everyone was in awe, and the world saw what blockchain could do with its programmability, and people start to realize that the blockchain is not only about the value transfers and transactions, but it could mean a lot, right? And then he introduced this concept of proof of stake algorithm instead of the conventional proof of work in Bitcoin blockchain. Now see, that bright idea of Vitalik ignited the furthermore brighter idea in another genius head, that is Gavin Wood, who happened to be the co-founder of Ethereum also, and now in 2020 he is leading the Polkadot. So if you remember correctly, the episode 5 of Crypto Awareness, the bow down to the dome of blockchains, you can see how I explored the parachain and related concepts. I am going to explore it in more detail, and how Polkadot architecture fundamentally is enhanced that Ethereum. Number one, in Ethereum, proof of stake algorithm is there for miners, but in Polkadot there is the proof of authority algorithm. Proof of authority means the selected and reputed validators are only there to validate the transactions, and in proof of stake in Ethereum, the transactions can be scanned in etherscan.com, but in POA you can trace that transaction in blockscout.com. And the proof of authority model has been also been trying to be implemented in the MetaMask also, that being the Yux type. As I can say, proof of authority is lot more cheaper and efficient than the proof of stake, and it has never been more evident with the Ethereum gas fees hitting all-time high in the main Ethereum network. Number 2 of how Polkadot is different from the Ethereum. You see, in Ethereum, Vitalik proposed that idea of being able, you can generate your own token on top of the core Ethereum blockchain, and they name it ERC20 tokens. But that did not solve the scalability issue, and with over 250 plus ERC20 tokens built on top of Ethereum has been suffering the scalability problem. But in Polkadot, Gavin Wood's genius idea was that let the new developers build their own parachain, and that parachain would be connected to the main relay chain of Polkadot, and this has significantly been better to solve the congestion and scalability problem on Polkadot. And that brings to my main point. You see, if you have missed the Ethereum board, then don't worry, Polkadot is where you should be putting your money on, because Polkadot is still in its infancy and none of them has hit exchange. And I would like to explore one of the article here, the most exciting projects building on Polkadot. and most of them have not even pre-sold, right? So that's where it can be a solid monicas. So I'm going to explore Akala, the project that grabs all the attention. So what is Akala project being built on Polkadot? You see, Akala is the project that will give Polkadot a slice of the DeFi pie. And obviously, you know the DeFi bloom of Ethereum in 2019, and it doesn't take a genius to figure out that the DeFi once launched on Polkadot will explode. So Akala, if we look at here, Akala network token, it says Akala network is the financial hub of Polkadot, and its research focuses on decentralized finance protocol and mechanism design, parachain economic modeling and governance. And by providing key financial primitives including decentralized stablecoin, staking derivatives, and decentralized exchange, Akala network powers cross-blockchain open finance, that means DeFi applications on Polkadot and beyond. This project aims to issue Akala dollar AUSD, which is a decentralized stablecoin that allows users to send and receive USD across any blockchains connected to Polkadot. And the project also designs to release staked assets DOTs as fungible and liquid assets and yielders, extracting the derivative value of staked assets to fuel DeFi. So that means it's going to be huge. And who is leading the project? The Ruitu Shu, famous, a very reputed developer, is itself co-founding the Akala. Akala is a Polkadot parachain optimized for DeFi, and I have already explained parachains are like separate blockchains which can connect to the mother blockchains or relay blockchains of Polkadot, and they communicate, collaborate, and transfer value between each other with transaction settlement of messages. So it has not yet issued the pre-sale. I'm waiting for that moment, and you shouldn't miss that. That's where it can be a solid mooncast. So according to LAM, Akala will provide essential infrastructure for DeFi and Polkadot with stablecoin, DEX, and staking liquidity. It's a grand plan to offer so many features, and pulling it off will be a great achievement. Obviously, its native coin would be AUSD, but you can buy the Akala. So you can buy the Akala just like you have bought the dots of Polkadot. You can buy the Akala on its pre-sale. Wait for it, and I will be placing the links of this URL that I'm reading on the description section below. So now explore another interesting project being built on Polkadot, and that is Plasma. Plasma is a smart contract platform on Polkadot which uses blockchain substrate framework. Its mainnet is already deployed and supports layer 2 solutions such as state channels, Plasma, and rollups. Now I am going to the next section of this video, tokenized Bitcoin. So we see the wrapped Bitcoin already being built on top of the Ethereum WBTC, and in Q1 of 2021, Q1 2021 would be a very exciting time for the investor. Tokenized Bitcoin is coming to Polkadot in a testing period, and full audit users will be able to tokenize the Bitcoin on Polkadot's blockchain. So I'll be placing the link of this also on the description section below, and there are a couple of Twitter pages that you need to follow in order to keep toe to toe with the blockchain space. One is you should be following the Gavin Wood. Another is you should be following the Parrot Technology. Another you should be following the Ivan Van Ness, and another you should be following Ip. I will be placing his Twitter link also. He also happens to be an excellent operator of the blockchain space. So this was the 10th episode of Crypto Earnings. I'll be seeing you on the 11th episode of Crypto Earnings. Till then, stay awesome, stay learning.